All right. Regular season finale for Wayne State men's basketball. They fall to number 16 Lake Superior State 79-77, joined by third year head coach Bryan Smothers. Coach, it's always, seems like anyway, Lake State always goes down to the wire. Whether it's here, there, neutral, doesn't matter. But tough one for your guys today. Just some thoughts from today's game.
Yeah, it was the kind of game we expected it to be. A lot of runs on both sides. As usual, credit to Lake State and how they performed. I told the guys in the locker room, that's a team that has, 5 seniors. A lot of those guys are in their 5th year. That went to the Sweet 16 last year. And so in the moments of adversity, in the moments where things look bleak for them, they respond as you will expect the team to. And so, as we continue to take steps forward in our program, right, those are things for me in our programs to make sure that we, learn from and understand that our time is coming, and where we find a way to be on the other end of these type of games, against them and our other opponents. So good thing is, our season isn't over, and there's lessons from this game that we can take to help us as we move forward next week.
The type of game that this was, one that you had to grind it out all the way up to the end, how much does that help you as you now advance and go into the GLIAC tournament?
Yeah, I mean, this game in particular, I think if there's anything is that maybe we go into next week a little more hungry, coming off of a loss, as opposed to maybe feeling good about ourselves coming in on a winning streak. So to me, that's the way that I'm going to choose to look at it, is that we got a little bit more ammo to go in next week and find a way to get it done.
You're going to open up the tournament on the road. Is there a sort of an us against them mentality, knowing that you're going to go to a hostile place to start the tournament?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, we've been to all of the places that we, could potentially go, so we'll be familiar with, all the little details, the locker room, the court, the baskets, all of those things will be, familiar to us. We played every opponent twice, so the preparation for those games won't be as difficult because they're opponents that we know. So those things give us a lot of, comfort going into it, no matter where we end up. But ultimately, these games are going to be different than the other two.
How much does it help that you had a team, most of the players on your team had that run last year during the GLIAC tournament, end the season GLIAC tournament? How much does it help that they're coming back and they have the experience of what you're about to go through?
Yeah, I think that's been something that's been important for us all season long. We can remember those moments and the things that allowed us to have success, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that's, why we've responded well to maybe when we have lost this year, not, going into, I think, maybe beginning of the year and then, the last trip versus those guys where we had back-to-back losses. That was the last time. So our response is 2 losses in adversity has been better. But like I said, these games are going to be different. We have to write a different story for this season, and, we get a chance to do it.
If I didn't know it was March, you made me understand it was March, because just before you went out to overtime, you told those guys one shining moment.
Yeah.
And I had to admit, I got a little chuckle out of that, but that's kind of the feeling you want the team to have. You want them to know that this is the money time. This is the time where everything counts.
Yeah, for sure. And, that was something we talked about. So I woke up this morning and that song came to my head. In the locker room, I said, the other side to that is that usually somebody is losing.
Right. And
that was us today. And so, again, we get an opportunity to correct it, next week. And I'll kind of leave with this. Tomorrow I think is my, anniversary of being third year, being head coach here. And I'm extremely proud of where we're at and where we're headed. And I'm excited for next week because we are playing these meaningful games, and we are a respected opponent that everybody is probably not going to be excited to play against. And so I'm excited to get back to practice this week, get on the road, find a way to get it done.
You mentioned this is your 3rd anniversary. What's been the biggest challenge that you've had as a head coach, and what's been, I guess, the biggest reward as head coach at Wayne State?
I think it's just relearning this conference and what it takes to be successful and to win, from a style of play to personnel development. I think all those things, I could have, thought what it was going to be one thing, and up until this point, a lot of things have been a little bit different, and so we've had to adjust in season and from season to season based on what we think we need to do to, give our team the best chance to succeed. And so that's a process that's ongoing, but at the same time, looking forward to this year, the experiences that we're getting, looking forward to next year where we'll be one of the older teams in the conference. That's something that we haven't been able to do. And so now we'll be able to look at games like this, and we've done this multiple times. So we should be able to be on the other side of those.
Perfect. I'm good.
All right, Coach. Good luck on Wednesday.
Thank you.